Hello and a warm welcome to Improved Seeds on Nigeria's first agricultural television in Abuja, Nigeria. I am Hilda Homsem-Fuantom. The Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Arcn, signed an understanding of memorandum with the Republic of China recently in Abuja on the establishment of Cassava Processing Laboratory in Nigeria and the Republic of China. The organization involved are Arcn, China African Green Agricultural Development Research Center, Abuja, and the Agricultural Product Processing Research Institute, China. Cassava is generally propagated vegetatively by planting properly lidified stems cutting into soil. Vegetative multiplication is a simple approach and has the advantage of producing vigorous plants. The generation of new plants from seeds, however, is not a common practice. Processing of cassava for food involves combination of fermentation, drying, and cooking. Fermentation is an important method common in most processing. While there are many fermentation techniques for cassava, they can be broadly categorized into solid-state fermentation and submerged fermentation. Cassava can be processed into many things such as fufu, cassava chips, garri, cassava flour, cassava starch, among others. Cassava is propagated from parts of the stem known as cuttings, especially in commercial plantation. The crop can also be propagated by seeds under natural conditions as well as artificial hybridization in breeding programs. The major methods of asexual propagations are cutting, layering, division, budding, and grafting. Cuttings involve rooting a severe piece of the parent plant. Laying involves rooting a part of the parent and then severing it. And then budding and grafting is the joining together of two plant parts from different varieties. Cassava can be propagated by either seeds or stems cutting, but it is mostly done through stems cuttings. The growth habit of cassava has important implications in cassava breeding, as it can affect root yield. There are two types, that is the erect growth type, with or without branching at the top, or the spreading type, which is not cultivated. Branching occurs as a result of flowering induction. Therefore, the branches are often called reproductive branches. The branches can undergo further branching when flowering occurs. Relating in high order branches, cassava roots are true roots, therefore they cannot be used for propagation. Cassava root is the most economically important organ of a cassava plant because of the starch-containing cells in the parenchyma tissue, which is the edible part of the root. Only 3 to 10 of the fibrous roots of a cassava plant will eventually bulk and become storage roots through secondary growth, while the rest of the fibrous roots remain thin and serves to function in water and nutrient absorption. Cassava is the 6th most important crop in the world following rice, maize, potato, wheat, and its others. It is a staple food for over 500 million people, most of whom live in developing countries where food security is a major concern. Cassava can also be grown on marginally fertile soil with a pH ranging from 3 to 8. Its roots can be left in the ground without harvest, serving as a good food security crop in case where other crops fail. Despite the occurrence of self-pollination, cassava is considered a cross-pollinated species, and cross-pollination is done by insects. The average size of cassava pollen ranges from 122 to 142 pm, much larger and higher than pollen of most other species. The longevity of cassava pollen is relatively short, lasting not more than 2 days. The degree of self-pollination depends on genotype, environmental conditions, and the presence of pollinating insects. Inbreeding depression is severe in cassava. Thus, seedlings of self-progeny typically exhibit low vigor and lack competitiveness. Cassava fruit is a trilocular capsule, with each capsule containing a single seed. It takes 75 to 90 days after pollination for a cassava fruit to become physiologically mature. The hinsening of mature cassava fruit is explosive. Therefore, bagging must be done before fruit becomes mature to collect seeds in a controlled process. Freshly harvested seeds are generally dormant, and a 3 to 6 months of dry storage at ambient temperature is necessary to break the dormancy. Physiologically active cassava seeds can germinate readily in about 15 days. The optimum temperature for germination is between 30 to 35 degrees centigrade. Cassava seeds can be stored at 4 to 5% temperature. Cassava seeds can be stored at 4 to 5 temperatures. Cassava seeds can be stored at 4 to 5 centigrades and relatively humidity of 60%. A germination percent of greater than 80% has been reported for seeds stored under such condition for a year, Google stated. Welcoming the guests, Executive Secretary Arcn Professor Garba Hamidu Shaributu expressed his excitement on the collaboration between the two bodies, stating that in some years past, the Council was privileged to learn a lot from China, and some of what is operational today at the Council is learned from the experience of the visit.
We are really very appreciative of the fact that you have presented yourself to us, and we are going to have this exchange of ideas. It's Agricultural Academy, right? Of Science. So we are there to study what you are doing. And some of the things you are seeing today is the lesson we brought from China. Apart from that, we also sent some of our personnel, and they were trained by that academy. They have returned, and most of them, because of their high IQ, they have been snatched away by other government agencies that need their service. As a person, I was also in Beijing at the Beijing Agricultural University, which is over 100 and about 5 or 6 years today, for a training in agriculture and livestock. And you can see the extent to which we have benefited from China. Here, we are a regulatory body for 32 agricultural institutions. We supervise our institutes that are in different parts of this country. Those institutions are meant to research into different commodities. So we have a different institute for rice, a different one for yam, a different one for cassava, different one for wheat, like that all over. So if we enter into an understanding together with you, it's like you are entering into an understanding with all the other 32 agricultural institutions. In the light of what they are doing, I'm definitely sure that we are going to enter into a proper understanding so that we will continue to learn lessons from the expertise that you are going to present. On the communique we are going to come up with and the memorandum of understanding is going also to be presented to the Honorable Minister for Agriculture for his endorsement, so that at least whatever we are doing, the whole country will know of this relationship we are establishing. Just like some of us have indicated, we have already entered into an understanding with so many organizations in China, but I think this one is one of the most impressive that we have had. Consideration and to pledge our complete submission to the understanding we are going to sign today.
Responding on behalf of the delegates, Her Excellency Zhao Yinzi expressed optimism that collaboration between the two countries, which are known for agriculture and will do a great deal in food security, because they have experienced teams that will carry out the responsibilities, because they appreciate Nigerians' agricultural products and are looking forward to more collaboration and cooperation. And this was reiterated by Ms. Zhou Yanghu, who highlighted the strength of Henan province on agriculture. Let's hear them.
We do care a lot about the agricultural modernization and the increase of income of farmers.
我来的时间还不长啊，就不到2天，但是所见所闻，我感受到了近10年来，在两国元首的这个引领下，这个中黎关系应该说取得了跨越式的发展。
I've just been here for 2 days as of now, but I've already felt the progress of the China and Nigeria relationship under our presidents.
我们双方在贸易、投资、基础设施还有农业方面的合作，应该说是硕果累累的。
So we have already yielded a lot of cooperation fruits in agriculture, trade, business, etc.
那么下个月中非论坛的北京峰会马上就要召开了。
So as we all know, next month the China-Africa Forum will be held in Beijing soon.
那么我们相信以此为契机，我们双方的合作，特别是在农业领域的合作，一定会取得更大的发展。
So I sincerely believe that our cooperation, especially in agriculture, will be very successful under this background.
我们双方有很多，特别是海南和我们尼日利亚有很多相似的地方。
There are a lot of similarities between us, especially between Hainan province and Nigeria.
比如说，我们海南是属于中国最南部的这个省，我们是属于热带地区。
For example, Hainan is located at the southernmost of China and is also a tropical province.
那么我们的热带农业资源也非常丰富。
So we have a lot of tropical agriculture resources.
特别是海南，是我们中国最大的南繁育种基地。
Especially Hainan is the biggest salmon reproduction place in China.
那么我们这里有汇集了全国在育种方面的专家，育种方面的科研机构和高等院校。
So we have many technological agencies and universities here for seedling in Hainan province.
所以在育种方面，不管是作物的育种，还有水产的育种方面，我们都有非常强的队伍和技术成果。
So we have a strong team and a lot of advantages in this aquatic and crops seedling industry.
刚才给大家介绍的我们的周主任，他就是这方面的专家。
Mrs. Zhou is an expert in this field.
还有刚才我们下面的2位县级的我们2个市县的政协主席，他们也都是农业专家。
And Mr. Cheng and Mr. Pan are also experts in this field.
那么这2年，最近这几年吧，应该说在双方的共同努力下，我们海南省依托我们中地海外这个平台，在尼日利亚，我们在农业的种子资源的引进推广、蔬菜的种植示范、 木属的综合利用方面都取得了一些突破性的进展。
So with the help of CGC Nigeria Limited, Hainan Province had made a lot of progress in seedling and vegetables and other etc.
所以我们也希望借此机会，那么今天我们再进一步的探讨和交流，那么进一步的拓宽我们下一步的合作的领域和成果。
So I wish like we can expand our cooperation aspects like a little.
第二个呢，海南呢，我们还有一个优势，就是我们是中国唯一的这个中国特色的自由贸易港。
And another advantage of Hainan Province is that we have the only free trade port in China.
我们和全世界的自贸港一样，我们在贸易、这个投资、交通、信息方面的自由便利化都是一样的。
As other international free trade ports, so we have a lot of facility in trade, investment, transportation, and data.
那么不同的地方是我们是全世界面积最大的自贸港。
But the difference is we are the largest free trade ports in the world.
我们有3.50万平方公里。
So we have 350,000 square meters.
我们还有这个应该算是我们的企业所得税和个人所得税的是15%的税率。
And the corporate and also personal income tax is only 15%.
应该是全世界的这个自贸区里面自贸港中税率比较低的地方。
Which is among the lowest internationally, including the free trade port and free trade zones.
也是经济最活跃的地区之一。
And we also have the most active economy.
因为我们背靠着这个14亿的这个中国人口的大市场。
Because the reason why we have such a robust market is because of our huge population.
那么14亿人口对热带农产品的需求量非常之大。
They have huge demand for these tropical agricultural products.
而尼日利亚，我们的热带农业资源很丰富。
And Nigeria boasts a lot of tropical agricultural resources.
产品也非常的品质也非常之好。
And also good quality products.
在国际上很有影响力。
Which has earned international reputation.
我们中国的老百姓很喜欢尼日利亚的农产品。
Chinese people, we do like Nigerian agricultural products.
所以我们很希望通过双方的合作，利用海南自贸港的这个政策优势，让更多的尼日利亚的企业和热带农产品进入到中国的市场。
So we really welcome Nigerian agricultural products to enter Chinese market through our free trade port.
所以我们期待着我们双方的合作，取得更丰硕的成果。
So I'm looking forward to more successful fruits of our cooperation.
谢谢大家。
Thank you.
OK，
农村，那么我们海南现在呢有20%的国内生产总值 GDP 是来自于农业。
So just as Mrs. Xiao introduced just now, Hainan, we have this only free trade port in China, and now 20% of our GDP comes from agriculture.
60%的人口在农村。
And 60% of our population live in rural areas.
海南80%的国土空间属于农业。
And 80% of our provincial lands is used for agriculture.
所以海南是中国最重要的热带农业区域。
So that's why Hainan Province is the most important agricultural area in China.
我们具有下面几个特点。第一个呢是种子资源的优势。
So we have the following advantages, and the first one is about seed.
海南是中国生物多样性最丰富的地区之一。
So we boast a huge variety of creatures.
我们保存有热带作物资源6.5万余份。
So we have preserved over 65,000 tropical crop resources.
地方重要的畜禽资源3.5万头领。
And 35,000 heads or birds of important local livestock and poultry breeds.
鱼类资源多达1000多种，被称为天然的基因库。
And the fish resources also amount to as many as 1,000 species, earning its reputation as the natural gene bank.
第二是我们的南繁育种优势。
And the second one is our south reproduction.
海南被国家划定了26.8万亩的国家南盘科研育种基地，这个保护区是我们全国唯一的一个保护区。
So we have 268,000 acres of national south reproduction research and protection zones, and it is the only irreplaceable sources in China.
每年我们大概有29个省区市的800多家科研单位和种子企业的近8000人、近8000多名的科研人员参与到这个南矾育种当中，南矾的。
So we have over 80% of agriculture products approved of by Chinese government, and they're all in Hainan province.
你们知道的袁隆平先生，
对，
就是在海南。
我真想说这个。
The well-known late Yuan Longping is also works in Hainan province.
那么袁隆平先生生前大约每年有1/3的时间是在我们海南的三亚度过的。
So Mr. Yuan Longping, he spends 1/3 of his time like in Sanya.
第三个优势呢是热带光热的优势。
And the third one is the advantage of tropical light and temperature.
正如我们英子主席所说，海南和尼日利亚很相似，都属于热带，所以我们的光热充足，雨量充沛。
Hainan has abundant sunlight and rainfall.
特别是冬季，我们的农业生产条件非常好。
Especially in winter, our agriculture would be influenced.
比如说我们在全国的农业里边，我们形成了非常鲜明的季节优势。
So we have this special seasonal advantage in the whole China.
比如说天然橡胶就占了全国的42.5%。
For example, the natural rubber, it accounts for over 42.5%.
槟榔、胡椒等产量占了全国的95%。
And the betel nuts and also pepper, they account for 95%.
在水产养殖里边的石斑鱼、金枪鱼、东风螺等一带苗卵占了全国的95%以上。
And aquatic products such as garupa, golden pompano, white shrimp, they also account for over 95%.
第四个优势是我们的生态环境的优势。
And the fourth advantage is our ecological environment.
我们海南是中国首个国家生态文明试验区，水质、土壤、气候条件一流，森林覆盖率到了62%。
Hainan is the first national ecological civilization pilot zone in China with top quality water, soil, and climate conditions, and our forest coverage is over 62%.
热带雨林国家公园入选第一批国家公园。
The Executive Secretary, Arcn, appreciated the combination of tourism into agriculture, which will add a new look, and the signing of the MOU, and of course exchange of gifts, cemented the partnership.
Now that we know that you have brought in tourism into agriculture, I think the government will be happy because it's a new concept that we are also beginning to develop. For this information, and to my colleagues, this is a challenge for us to know what we are going to do in order to learn good lessons.
Thank you for being part of the program. I am Hilda Hamsen Francham, urging you to watch more of our programs. Bye from all of us.